Praise be to Allah, the cherisher and sustainer of the worlds. I'm Dr. Ramsha Mushtaq Khan, and today I have the opportunity to present on the topic vaccines, immunoglobulins, and antiseras, under the kind supervision of Professor Dr. Saira Afzal. Quote of the day: you help someone's health and you prevent them from infecting others. The content outline of today's presentation include overview of vaccines, immunoglobulins, and antisera, global relevance and the context of Pakistan, current events and global collaborations, and recent advances and multiple choice questions. At the end of this presentation, the participants will be able to describe the key features and functions of vaccines, immunoglobulins, and antisera, explain how each provides protection against infections through different mechanisms, discuss the global impact of vaccines and persistent challenges affecting vaccination efforts, and appreciate the importance of global collaboration and communication in improving equitable access and vaccine acceptance. Introduction. Vaccines help prevent infectious diseases and save millions of lives each year. Immunoglobulins provide immediate short-term protection against infections. Antisera contains antibodies that can treat diseases. Mechanism of action. Vaccines work by mimicking natural infection to generate B and C Immunoglobulins provide passive immunity by directly binding and neutralizing pathogens, and antisera antibodies directly target antigens on the pathogens to clear infections. Together, these biological materials are critical tools for global public health and disease control. Now, coming to vaccines. Vaccines are the preparations that stimulate an immune response and generate immune memory to a pathogen, providing long-term protection. Vaccines are one of the greatest public health achievements, saving millions of lives each year, and they prepare the immune system to fight future infections and prevent illness. Vaccines work by exposing the body to parts of a pathogen such as surface proteins. This mimics natural infection and triggers a protective immune response involving antibodies and T cells. Without causing disease, immune memory is generated. Vaccines provide long-term immunity against diseases, protects individuals and communities via herd immunity, and prevents outbreaks and eradicates diseases, for example, smallpox. Now, the types of vaccines. Number one is live attenuated vaccine, which contains a weakened version of the germ, for example, an MMR vaccine. Inactivated vaccines contain a killed version of the germ, for example, the polio vaccine. Subunit, recombinant, or conjugate vaccines use specific pieces of the germ, for example, HPV vaccine. Messenger RNA vaccines contain material from the germ that instructs cells to generate a protein piece, sparking an immune response, for example, Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine. Now, the safety and efficacy. Vaccines undergo rigorous testing and clinical trials, continuously monitored for safety post-approval, and adverse effects are rare for vaccines and benefits outweigh certain risks. Now, the immunoglobulins. These are Y-shaped proteins found in blood plasma that function as antibodies to fight infections. They are produced by plasma cells and bind to specific antigens on pathogens, thereby neutralizing them. Immunoglobulins are antibodies produced by the immune system that can provide immediate short-term protection against infections. They are used to treat certain conditions like immunodeficiency, viral infections, etc. Functions of immunoglobulins. Immunoglobulins are key players in our body's defense mechanisms against pathogens, bind specifically to pathogens like bacteria and viruses, neutralize or mark them for destruction, and provide immediate protection. Types of immunoglobulins include IgG, which is most common. It crosses the placenta to protect the fetus. IgM, it is the first responder, largest in size. IgA is found in mucous membranes and guards entrances to the body. IgD has a role in B cell maturation, and IgE responds to allergic reactions and parasites. Immunoglobulins in therapy. Immunoglobulins are harvested from donors and purified, used to treat certain conditions like immune deficiencies, viral infections, or exposure to rabies, given post-exposure or prophylactically. Applications of immunoglobulins: hepatitis B, post-exposure protection for those not yet vaccinated. In case of tetanus, for those who are wounded and at risk but not adequately immunized. For rabies, post-exposure prophylaxis for potential rabies infection. And primary immunodeficiency diseases, regular Ig infusions can help boost the immune system for those with primary immunodeficiency diseases. Now coming to the antisera. Antisera is the serum containing polyclonal antibodies derived from individuals previously exposed to an antigen, used to treat infections by neutralizing pathogens. Functions of antisera. Antisera produces rapid response during outbreaks or potential infections. It is useful when vaccines are unavailable or the body's immune response is too slow. Treatment option for certain toxin-mediated diseases. Application of antisera includes rabies antiserum for post-exposure prophylaxis, snake antivenom derived from serum of animals that have been exposed to snake venom used to treat snake bites, tetanus antitoxin, which provides immediate passive immunity after potential tetanus exposure, and diphtheria antitoxin, which treats diphtheria by neutralizing the toxin produced by the bacteria. Safety and precautions. Antisera is generally safe and can cause allergic reactions in some individuals. Serum sickness, a delayed allergic reaction, can occur days after administration. And antisera is always administered under medical supervision with monitoring. Now coming to the global relevance, vaccines prevent 2 to 3 million deaths yearly from diseases like measles, influenza, and pertussis. Gavi has provided over 1.4 billion vaccine doses to lower income countries since 2000, averting over 10 million future deaths. Smallpox was eradicated in 1980 due to global vaccination efforts. Polio cases have declined over 99% and eradication is close. Challenges exist like vaccine hesitancy, access in remote regions, and threats from new emerging pathogens. Now, the context of Pakistan, polio eradication. Pakistan has made major progress but still battles endemic polio. Cases declined from 306 in 2014 to 1 in 2022 through extensive vaccination drives, but barrier exists. Measles and diphtheria, pertussis, tetanus coverage lags behind other countries at 75% and 86%. Community education and lady health worker engagement in rural areas can improve coverage. Religious, cultural, and geographical obstacles exist, such as rumors, mistrust, and hard-to-reach populations. Continued community dialogue and engagement of local leaders is vital. Now coming to the current events, the rapid development of COVID-19 vaccines prevented millions of deaths and eased the burden on the healthcare systems, but distribution remains inequitable globally. In Pakistan, only around 50% of the population is fully vaccinated against COVID-19 due to limited supply, infrastructure challenges, and hesitancy. Targeted community outreach and education programs are needed. Variants like Omicron evade immunity, so boosters help broaden protection. Since Pakistan has limited booster coverage, continued viral evolution poses risks. Globally, only 16% in low-income countries are vaccinated against COVID versus over 70% in high-income countries. WHO's COVAX partnership helped improve access for poor countries, but more action is needed. Now, global collaboration includes partnerships like COVAX to improve equitable access to vaccines. WHO CDC conducts surveillance for emerging infectious diseases, and Pakistan receives Gavi support for vaccination programs. First of all, the global collaboration, the partnerships of COVAX between Gavi and the WHO flu network allows countries to collaborate, share technology, and improve equitable access to vaccines. WHO and CDC conduct surveillance for emerging diseases and variants. Global coordination enables rapid responses to outbreaks before they spread widely. Pakistan has worked with Gavi, WHO, and UNICEF for vaccination programs. Continued cooperation is essential to expand coverage and access. Now, coming to the common myths and misconceptions about vaccines. Common myths exist like vaccines causing autism or being unsafe in pregnancy. Religious leaders can help combat rumors and promote vaccination as permissible in Islam. Lady health workers directly provide vaccine education in rural areas to counter misinformation. Clear communication and community involvement is key. Vaccine awareness campaigns in schools, mosques, and media help reinforce safety, effectiveness, and religious permissibility, but more work is needed to change attitudes. Now, the recent updates. Safety and immunogenicity of messenger RNA lipid nanoparticle vaccine candidate against SARS-CoV-2. So the article states that it uses the RNA active technology, the platform, to prepare a COVID-19 vaccine containing sequence-optimized messenger RNA coding for a stabilized form of SARS-CoV-2 spike protein encapsulated in lipid nanoparticles. This is an interim analysis of a dosage escalation phase 1 study in a healthy 18 to 60 years old volunteers. After giving 2 intramuscular doses of the vaccine or placebo 28 days apart, they assessed solicited local and systematic adverse effects for 7 days and unsolicited adverse effects for 28 days after each vaccination. Immunogenicity was measured as enzyme-like ELISA IgG antibodies to SARS-CoV-2 S protein and receptor binding domain and SARS-CoV-2 neutralizing titers. In this study, with acceptable reactogenicity and elicited levels of immune responses that overlapped those observed in convalescent sera. This is a consort study flowchart. So the article concludes that in view of the urgency for COVID-19 vaccines, the observation of an acceptable reactogenicity profile with a strong immune response in the range of convalescent sera, the 12 microgram dosage has been selected for further investigation in an ongoing phase, for which enrollment of participants was initiated in December 2020. Now, SARS-CoV-2 neutralizing antibody in outpatients with COVID-19. The methods, this study includes methods with ongoing phase 2 trial involving outpatients with recently diagnosed mild or moderate COVID-19. And the results state that one of the 3 doses of neutralizing antibody appeared to accelerate the natural decline in viral load over time, whereas the other doses had not done it by day 11. Now, the multiple choice questions. Number 1, a community in Karachi is hesitant about polio vaccination due to myths about its safety. What should local health authorities focus on? A, educational campaigns on vaccine safety. B, immunoglobulin treatment for suspected cases. C, surveillance of polio cases. D, vitamin A supplementation. And E, Antisera treatment of contacts.
A.
Yes, the answer is A. A rural village in Balochistan has logistical challenges reaching children for routine vaccination. What strategy would help improve coverage? A, engaging lady health workers for vaccination drives. B, focusing only on live oral vaccines. C. Switching to a 4-dose schedule. D. Utilizing Antisera for outbreak control. And E. Importing ice packs for cooling.
A.
Yes, the answer is A. A measles outbreak occurs in a remote village in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. What should the response prioritize first? A. Measles anti-sera treatment. B. Vitamin A supplementation. C. Surveillance of spread. D. Vaccination campaign in the region. And E. Quarantine of the infected cases.
E.
The answer is D. Vaccination campaign in the region. Parents inquire about COVID-19 vaccination for their pregnant daughter. What is the recommended advice? A. It is safe and recommended at any stage. B. She should wait until after delivery. C. Immunoglobulin injections are safer. D. It should be avoided due to fetal risks. And E. 2 doses are optimal during pregnancy.
E.
The answer is A. It is safe and recommended at any stage. What is a major obstacle to achieving high coverage during a vaccination campaign? A. Parental knowledge gaps about vaccines. B. Lack of immunoglobulin boosters. C. Short duration of immunity requiring repeated doses. D. Importance of maintaining strict cold chain. And E. High frequency of adverse effects.
D.
A.
Yes, the answer is A. Parental knowledge about gaps. Which immunoglobulins class provide the fastest protection when administered? A. IgM, B. IgG, C. IgD, D. IgA, and E. IgE.
E. IgE.
No, the answer
E.
is IgA, IgM.
IgM.
Yes.
M.
How do anti-sera antibodies derived from COVID-19 survivors provide protection? A. By stimulating neutrophils. B. By neutralizing viral particles. C. By eliciting interferon responses. D. By activating the lactin complement pathway. And E. By opsonization infected cells.
B.
Yes, the answer is B. Which age group often requires supplemental immunoglobulin for immunity maintenance? A. Healthcare workers. B. Infants. C. Pregnant women. D. Elderly. And E. School-age children.
A.
No, the answer is D. Elderly. Why an additional dose of immunoglobulin crucial for Rh-negative pregnant women? A. To bind fetal Rhd antigens. B. To neutralize maternal Rhd antibodies. C. To elicit adaptive immunity. D. To bind parental Rhd antigens. And E. To activate the classical complement pathway.
B.
B. B.
The answer is D. To bind parental Rhd antigens. How do vaccine-induced antibodies provide herd immunity to unvaccinated individuals? A. By eliciting mucosal IgA. B. By completely sterilizing immunity. C. By complement activation. D. By indirect protection through slowing transmission. And E. They cannot protect the unvaccinated.
C.
The
A.
answer is D. D. By indirect
D.
protection through slowing transmission. This is the key of the MCQs. This is the YouTube link of our channel, and please like and subscribe. Thank you very much.